Okay guys, that's enough. You have gone long enough without playing a tank. Stop with this bullshit that you're scared to tank, you're scared to fuck up, and then all the attention is on you, all the pressure is on you, so you don't want to tank, you just want to lay back, you know, play a DPS, let the tank do everything, and let the healer take the responsibility of healing everything, and you just stay in a corner and DPS. Badly, by the way. So now we're gonna be talking about what tank do you have to play, what tank do you want to play, what tank is right for you. So what do we do here? We're gonna be looking at what tank can suit your style. Obviously I don't know your style, but I know the style of the tanks. So I figured if I tell you the style of the tanks, then maybe you can match it with your style. There are tanks that are very APM heavy. This means that they click a lot of buttons. They are not very gated or limited by resource. There is something that they can spam all the time, so they always have something to click. There are other tanks that have limit on the amount of stuff they can press. They have to wait the resource, they have to sometimes wait a cooldown, and this might differ on how you enjoy playing the game. Maybe you like spamming stuff, maybe you don't. Then you have tanks that do a ton of damage, and then you have tanks that don't. You have tanks that have a lot of utility to use throughout the encounter. I'm not talking about passive utility, you know, 5% more damage taken like a monk or a demon hunter can do. I'm talking about actual stuff that you have to press, and then there are tanks that have much less. So do you want to tank just thinking about yourself, or do you want to tank thinking about, oh, I can also heal this guy, oh, I can dispel this guy, you know, I can decurse this guy. Then there are very slow tanks, and there are very mobile tanks. Do you want to fucking leap around all the time, charge, intercept, intervene, leap, or do you just want to waddle your fat ass like a death knight? So let's go on and look at how these tanks are looking, and let's see which one is good for you. Tank is about doing damage, then your choices are going to be Vengeance Demon Hunter and Prot Paladin right now. It used to be Warrior for a long time in BFA, right now Warrior has been gutted, so Vengeance and Prot Paladin have the highest damage right now. Prot Warrior and Blood DK are sort of in the middle, and then Guardian Druid and Brewmaster Monk are right at the bottom. Doing damage for Vengeance Demon Hunter is a little bit easier because it is part of the rotation, whereas doing damage as a Prot Paladin is a little bit different. You have to spend GCDs casting things that don't necessarily defend you or help you. They are just generators, so maybe it's a little bit harder. You also have to, you know, keep in the consecration, so it's a little bit sketchier. If you just want to go flat out, balls to the walls, I want to do as much damage as I can, then you can play Vengeance Demon Hunter. No, wait. I am classically trained. Being a tank means take as little damage as possible. I don't give a shit about doing damage, sir. Who's taking no damage? Well, okay, so I told you Vengeance Demon Hunter, then take Vengeance Demon Hunter and drop it out of the window, because they take damage like they're masochists, so they're out. If you don't want to take damage, then you go for Brewmaster Monk. There is no or, you just go Brewmaster Monk. The discussion is over, by the way. Besides Vengeance Demon Hunter, Blood DK also takes a fuck ton of damage, because just like Vengeance, they heal stuff, so they have to take damage to heal stuff. Prot Paladin is sort of in the middle, as they also heal, but not as much. Their damage intake is much more smooth than Vengeance and Blood DK. And then you have Prot Warrior and Guardian, sort of waddling in between. Guardian Druid is also very reliant on healers to keep them up. So if you just don't like to see your health spike that much, if you don't like to constantly take huge spikes of damage and you're like, oh shit, what do? I need to heal. Well, Brewmaster Monk is the choice for you. But Aizen, I have a girlfriend who is playing a healer. I just want to be together with her, we just want to do some Mythic Plus, and I want to know which tank to play so that I make her feel useful, right? Like she's helping me, like we're a good team. Well, if you like getting beat, then play Prot Warrior or Guardian Druid. Those are great boyfriend tanks. They get smacked around plentiful. They have terrible healing. Druid supposedly should have healing in Frenzied Region, but Frenzied Region is garbage. So if you want to tag a team, a Mythic Plus with your girlfriend, then go Prot Warrior and Guardian Druid. She'll be plenty busy and possibly start to hate you and become suicidal, but you ask this. No, wait. I don't care about doing damage, I don't care about taking damage, I care about carrying my key, because I'm a pug player and I don't want to play with other fucking strangers, you know, they might be playing with their feet, I don't even know them, I don't know who they are, I don't trust them to complete this key. I need to carry the key, I need to be the star of the key. I don't care about how much damage I'm doing or how much damage I'm taking, as long as I can stay alive, by myself. I don't trust this guy, I mean, he's playing Holy Priest, how can I trust this guy? Okay, so if you want to do everything on your own, this is particularly for poor souls playing pugs. Please find yourself a guild or a group, then save yourselves. If you don't, then play Blood DK. Blood DK is by far the best self-sufficient tank. It might as well not need a healer in certain keys. You could just bring a druid with you, you pull the pack, the druid drops 3 hots on you and then goes in cat form and he forgets about you, and you're fine. So in this regard of being able to do stuff solo, then Blood DK is the clear choice. Other specs, Guardian Druid needs a lot of help from the healer. Brewmaster Monk needs help from the healer. Yes, it's the one that takes the least amount of damage, but once the damage has gone through, Brewmaster's got problems healing up. In fact, they barely can heal. Even now that they have been given Spell Harm, which is much stronger, they're still definitely not a healer tank type of tank. Prot Warrior is the same. Prot Warrior doesn't even have a single heal besides Impending Victory. So that's also gone. Besides Blood DK, you can go for Vengeance Demon Hunter as well as Prot Paladin. They are the only 2 specs that are even remotely self-sufficient, but still nowhere near as a Blood DK, particularly the Vengeance Demon Hunter. So go Blood DK if you want to do stuff solo and peg your healer. No, listen, Aizen, you don't understand. My tank needs to have a slow, but he also needs to have a snare and a stun. Actually, kind of also want a fear. I want to be able to heal myself, but I also want to be able to heal someone else. And not just healing, I want AoE healing. Healing over time, obviously. But then, what if they die anyways? I need a combat res. First of all, I forgot about that. But then I also need a charge. And then also kind of like a blink, because I need to be able to move. And then, don't forget, I need a buff of some sort. Okay, I fucking get it. Stop. You want to be a jack of all trades. You want to be a little bit of everything. You want to do a little bit of everything. You don't want to hear the name of another spec when someone mentions, oh, who can do this? Oh, who is useful for doing that? You have to be the one that can do that. So the answer for you is Guardian Druid and Prot Paladin. Those are the 2 specs with the utility. The utility abilities of a Guardian Druid are more than the entire action bars of a Vengeance Demon Hunter. I don't know if this sets the idea. Guardian Druid has a massive amount of utility, especially if you spec into Restoration Affinity, so you get healing stuff. You have Rejuvenation, you have Regrowth, you have Wild Growth, you have Ursal Vortex to pull people in, you have a Bash to stun them, you have Entangling Roots, you can even have Mass Entanglement for rooting them in place. You can obviously heal yourself and heal others. You obviously have a charge and you can also have a blink. Your Covenant, the one that looks like one of the strongest Covenants, can give you an external, not even for you. You're a tank who gets a defensive, except it's not for him, it's for his party, for his healer. Oh yeah, I forgot fucking Cyclone, I forgot Stampeding Roar to speed people up. You obviously have a Battle Res, so you have everything as a Guardian Druid. So if you want to do everything, not the best though, if you want to do everything but not everything the best, you can go Guardian Druid. Honorable mention to Prot Paladin, because they also have a ton of utility, similar to a Guardian Druid but a little bit less, particularly the Battle Res. Aizen, what? I'm kind of scared to play tank, because then if I mess up, people are gonna be mean to me and I don't really know what to do. Okay, if you're still in this phase of chronic solo queue anxiety that happens to a lot of people in a lot of online games, the answer for playing a tank when you don't really know how to play a tank, you are scared by the responsibility or the pressure that you have of playing tank, or maybe you know fuck all about tanks, you have 70 tanking IQ, and you don't know what to do, then the answer for this is Blood DK and Brewmaster Monk. Blood DK and Brewmaster Monk are kind of at the opposites. Brewmaster Monk has more reliance on the healer, whereas Blood DK is way more self-sufficient. But Blood DK you can remedy on your own mistake, so it helps you learn more. If you're a warrior and you mess up, you're screwed. You have to get outer help, because you can't help yourself. If you're a Blood DK and you mess up, you have Death Strike. You can heal yourself to full. There is more room for mistakes. Brewmaster Monk is similar. It's on the opposite hand, because they do not get much help by themselves compared to a Blood DK. They need help of the healer, but their damage intake is much smoother than a Prot Warrior. It's much easier for the healer to heal you properly, so it's easier for you to make a mistake. So those 2 are the default choices when you want to start. Now, to end, I'm just gonna go for a more statistical approach, a more mechanical approach. This is APM. How many buttons do you actually press? How much stuff do you get to press on your spec? As I mentioned, there are multiple people who don't really like just mashing their buttons, and there are people who do. So if you want to mash your buttons like a maniac, then you can go Vengeance Demon Hunter and Prot Warrior. Vengeance Demon Hunter and Prot Warrior, in very short, have abilities that do not cost a resource. They have abilities that do not have a cooldown. They have abilities that they can keep clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. This makes them have lots of APM compared to certain other tanks. Now, if you want to have lower APM, you can go Guardian Druid and you can go Blood Decay. Now, Guardian Druid technically can still do it with Moonfire, Bam, although it's not as prevalent. And then Blood Decay has most of its abilities, almost all of the ones you actually use, that cost runes or runic power. Runic power, most of it, is gonna come from your rune spending, and rune spending puts the rune on cooldown and you have to wait for the rune to come back again. It's way more poised, it's way more strategic and calm. And in the middle, you got your Brewmaster Monk and your Prot Paladin. They also have ways to constantly spam stuff, but it's not as prevalent as Vengeance, Demon Hunter and Prot Warrior. They're kind of, you know, lingering in the middle. Hoping I have given you some reasons to play one tank and finally get into the queue as a tank and not as a DPS, please. I don't need to see the 600,000 Fire Mage queued up in Mythic Plus. Just go a tank. Come on, it's the end of the expansion, guys. What are you doing Mythic Plus on a DPS for? If you've never tanked, just go tank. It's not that you're losing something. You're not losing a possible Titan Forge for the next tier. You know, you don't need to catch up on AP. It's all over. It's over. Just go on a tank. And maybe learn something new. So go on, spread your wings and break out that anxiety of playing tanks. Nothing's gonna go wrong. I mean, it will. Horribly wrong, but that's just the process of learning. So please, start playing more tanks. Thank you very much.